What's up, guys? Welcome back to Airbnb ABCs. If you guys have been around the block for more than like 10 minutes, you all have heard about or thought about using your own direct booking website to try to get customers to book direct instead of with one of the major platforms like Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, etc. And there's a lot of reasons why people want to do this. One of the biggest ones I've found is when people get scorned in some way by one of the platforms. They didn't agree with them. They have a review that couldn't be taken down. They were charged something that they didn't like. Those are usually the top reasons. The other ones are that people want to take full control of their short-term rental business without having some sort of middleman over here, even though there are pros and cons to that. And they want to put maybe a little bit more money in their pocket because when you're running it through a direct booking website, you may be able to save a little bit. Like, for example, on the VRBO side, they charge you 3% for credit card processing, but they also charge you 5% as a fee to the host. So if you get a lot of VRBO bookings like I do, you could potentially save that 5%, maybe even a little bit more depending on who is doing your credit card processing. So what we did is we started our direct booking website about 6 to 8 months ago, but with the way time flies, it could have been a year ago, but it's long enough that I feel like I've gotten some data out of it as far as that I can bring to you if it's worth it and what the performance of it has been. And, you know, for full disclosure, we are using Hospitable's website. We are using their direct booking website creator. I'm not affiliated with Hospitable in any way other than I'm a customer of theirs. And the reason that I chose that is because it is cheap and easy. The price is so low that I don't even know what it is. I couldn't tell you right now. It's somewhere in like the teens or 20s per month, so it's not that big of an expense, so it was kind of a no-brainer in that case. And then they have offered to host your website, and basically you just take and select that you want your Airbnb or your VRBO listing to be the lead listing for that property. You hit create and it just creates your sites. It's pretty seamless and it was very easy to do, which is why I went with it, because I really wasn't going to go super duper deep in the weeds, and we're going to kind of get to why that is in a minute. Now, who I was primarily targeting was repeat customers. This is something that I thought that would be very lucrative as far as people come to our places. They may want to either rent that particular place because there's some people that go to the same place time and time again, or they may like the quality of our places because we do take very good care of them. They're very well appointed, and maybe if they're repeat travelers to the Smokies, that they would like to stay at another one of our cabins if they want to move around like I do. I prefer to kind of move around and try different places each time I go. And for doing that, we're using like fridge magnets. We are using guidebook links in our Touch Stay guidebooks so that people can see that and say, here, you can book again, and it takes it right to our direct booking website. I also wanted to target the travelers on local Facebook travel groups. These are the places where people say, I would need 2 bedrooms between these dates, whatever. And so I wanted to list there and also respond to those places and just see what I could get from there. Also with Hospitable, there was an integration into Google Vacation Rentals, which was a huge upside for me. And we're going to get into that in a minute about why I think that is a big upside and the problems that we've had with that. But before we get too deep in this, I wanted to tell you guys exactly how many direct bookings that we have gotten, and it is exactly 2. Exactly 2 direct bookings in this whole entire time that we've had this. I've probably made 100 or more Facebook posts. I've probably responded to 100 or more people looking for cabins that ours was perfect for them in their date range, and we've gotten 2. One was from me actually telling someone that we had a direct booking website and they booked directly. The other, I don't know where it was from, is potentially from Google Vacation Rentals, potentially from one of those Facebook groups, but I don't know. And this is the big problem with your direct booking website, is the marketing as far as getting it out there. Airbnb, in VRBO, among others like Booking.com, and I'm sure there's other websites that I'm not familiar with, but Airbnb and VRBO are the 2 big ones. They're the 2 that I'm listed on, and I have no interest in listing in Booking.com with all the horror stories that I hear from it. They are spending billions of dollars a year advertising their marketplaces, and their marketplaces are your properties. And so as they're advertising their company, they're advertising your properties. And even if VRBO is advertising against Airbnb, all those dollars are just going to make those platforms in both cases more visible. And this is where the crux of the issue comes in, is that there is no well-known marketplace to go out and search for direct booking cabins. There are websites out there like Houfly, I think they call it, but as far as I know, it doesn't have any type of a search thing, or it's not very well known among travelers at all versus Airbnb, VRBO, and Booking.com. Now, when we're looking at that, there is sort of a light at the end of the tunnel, or something on the horizon, and that is Google Vacation Rentals. And this is sort of a new thing that they're doing, and it goes along with the things that they've been doing already. Booking a flight, booking a car, booking hotels. If you search, just airport to airport that you want a flight, then you can start selecting how many passengers, how many, the dates that you want. And this is something that I used with Hospitable, because they said that they were going to integrate their direct booking website, your direct booking website, your listings into Google Vacation Rentals so that you would have access to that. And that would be a place that is well known as a search engine so that people can search for your places. As a matter of fact, if you go right now and look up whatever market you're in, for me it's Gatlinburg. If you look up Gatlinburg cabins, it will now bring up something similar to if you were to search for flights in the past, or if you search for Panama City beach houses or wherever. Just go to Google right now and you will be able to see it. However, I checked on my listings and they were not showing up. None of them were showing up. And so that's why I think that we haven't been getting a lot of or any real bookings through my direct booking website, through Google Vacation Rentals, because they are simply not appearing on the screen. And so I contacted Hospitable. They said that they are going to be working on that issue, but I'm not sure if you guys have ever worked with a fairly large company, dealing with a gigantic company. It's not moving very quickly. I'm not getting a lot of results from it, and I, really am not sure where I'm going to go with this, right now. The kicker is that the, $15 to $20 or however much I'm paying for it a month isn't a huge deal, and even with the 2 bookings that we've gotten, we're solidly in the black for that. Now, on the other side of things, on the Facebook marketing, I have found that folks that are looking for places on Facebook Marketplace, or not even Facebook Marketplace, but individual travel groups, they are looking for essentially too good to be true deals. And what I mean by that is they'll be like, well, we want to come down for Thanksgiving. We want to stay for 5 days. We need it to have 4 or 5 bedrooms. It definitely has to have an indoor pool. It has to have, incredible mountain views. We need to bring our 2 dogs, and we want to stay for about $1,000 to $1,500 total. And that is across the board. Just adjust those to whatever part of the year that you're in as far as seasonality goes, and they always want something in general that is far too good to be true, and so I really don't even respond to those. And then when I've made posts in the past, it's just saying, hey, here's our cabin, here's some dates that's available on, or and then there's we're also booking, let's say, summer or fall or spring, depending on what time of the year that we're on. There used to be quite a bit more interaction with those posts, especially back in the 2020, 2021, 2022 days. And for the most part, I found for my posts that there's far less interaction. And then I've also kind of paid attention to other people posting their cabins and vacation rentals up there, and there's been far less interaction with those posts as well. So in general, my strategy with direct bookings in our direct booking website and my what I thought was integration with Google Vacation Rentals, which I'm hoping is going to get worked out, and I'll keep you posted on that if I make some more on this direct booking stuff, was a fairly passive sort of thing. It was basically putting stuff out there, hoping people would pick up on it, and also sort of actively as far as replying to people's specific requests for accommodations for specific dates. But there are some ways that you can go more active with your marketing, especially if you really want to dive deep into this direct booking thing and get away from being completely reliant on the platforms. And what that entails is that there are services where you can capture information from folks. Things that are going to allow you to run direct marketing campaigns to them. For example, you can capture people's emails through various services, and there's a very popular one that I cannot think of right off the top of my head, and it integrates with your Wi-Fi. And so when people stay at your place and they want to log into your Wi-Fi, they have to put in their email, and then they can get access to your Wi-Fi. And what that will do is that will capture that email, put it into a file that you can use to do direct email marketing campaigns in the future. You can also have services to collect phone numbers, or if you do things like have IDs texted to your phone for, identification or age verification. You can also collect those phone numbers and use them for direct marketing campaigns, and that is a thing that is very popular done. I mean, you pretty much anytime you go anywhere, buy anything from anywhere, they want you to sign up for an account, they want you to download an app or something. It's very common, but me personally, I hate that crap. I really don't want to have to sign up, to have to give out my personal information because I know that I'm going to be marketed to. But it is a effective marketing strategy, and if that's something that you want to do and you want to start getting more active in your marketing campaigns, that is probably where you would have to go to really get a solid foothold into this direct booking marketplace without being in Google Vacation Rentals, which I think that for us out here that are looking for a more passive approach, I really do think that Google Vacation Rentals is probably the light at the end of the tunnel that is going to get us more sort of passively like we do on Airbnb and VRBO. But for me, I want my places booked, and I don't really care where they come from, and that, I think also strangles out my direct bookings. For me, I get booked mainly through VRBO, like 95%, even though this channel is called Airbnb ABCs, that, does well in YouTube search, the search criteria there. But I also get some, Airbnb bookings in a very distant second, like 5%, and that keeps my calendar full, which leaves not a lot of room for people to direct book because my calendars do typically book up about 4 to 6 weeks in advance. And I find that a lot of these people, especially in the Facebook groups, are sort of last minute bookers, and I typically don't have any space for them. So if you guys want to do direct bookings, I really think that there are two ways to go at this, and we've kind of covered them, but I want to wrap them up for you, and that is the cheap and easy way. This is going to be the go on Hospitable or whoever your property management software is. A lot of these places are doing direct booking websites. I know that OwnerRez is as well, and I think Hospitable and OwnerRez are probably two of the most popular, two of the most common. You pay them a little bit more, you click a button, it creates the website. Hopefully it integrates with Google Vacation Rentals okay, even though mine isn't. And it supplements your existing Airbnb and VRBO bookings, and it's a way for you to fill in your calendar with a third method, which is great. As long as it's a good, reliable method, unlike some of the other platforms other than Airbnb and VRBO. Or you can go more complex, and this is going to be your own site. You are going to do your own marketing campaigns. You're probably going to have to collect all that information, do the direct marketing campaigns, and it's probably going to take a lot more effort on your part, maybe a little bit more money because you may have to host your own website, or something like that. You may have to hire a website designer if you're not good at that. And even if you are good at that, sometimes it's better just to have a second set of eyes on something versus you doing it yourself. But the thing that you always have to keep in mind, and this is, you just have to, is that Airbnb, VRBO, even Booking.com and others are fighting each other and you with your direct booking website because they want a cut of your profit as well, with billions and billions and billions of dollars of ad money all the time, commercials everywhere, your Facebook feeds, sporting events, they're everywhere. And they are marketing, and they are marketing their companies and your property. So it is to your benefit, as well. So is direct booking working for you? If you guys are using it right now and it's working and you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Tell me what you think about my direct booking marketing campaign. If you're having problems with Google Vacation rental integration, I would love to hear about that in the comments. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button for me, subscribe down below. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.